Thưa quý vị, ngay sau đây sẽ là diễn giả tiếp theo. Và diễn giả này sẽ mang tới cho quý vị phần trình bày với chủ đề chuyển đổi số cho tương lai ngành năng lượng. Hãy cùng chào đón lên sân khấu ông Rahul Chadha, Phó Chủ tịch GE Digital, phụ trách thiết kế giải pháp số. Xin được trân trọng kính mời.
Rahul đến với phần trình bày, để cho phép tôi được đại diện với ban tổ chức xin được gửi lời cảm ơn tới Ninda, Rahul và các đồng nghiệp đến từ GE của Hoa Kỳ. Họ đã dành thời gian để bay một chuyến bay dài hơn 20 tiếng đồng hồ từ Mỹ từ Hoa Kỳ để đến với Việt Nam để tham dự với VSBF 2023 là ngày hôm nay.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes. May I request everyone to stand up for a minute? Just stand up and shake up a little bit. You have all had lunch. And there's a reason I'm telling that, because I want to request a couple of things. And yes, now you all are awake. Now you guys can sit down. Thank you very much. Just wanted to make sure that everyone is awake. What am I pressing here? For right and left? Thank you very much. So first of all, I want to open with a lot of things you are going to hear from me, and I did not pay Mr. Wong, my CEO, Mr. Semcorp, right before this. But I think he has set up a really good stage for us as GE. My name is Rahul Chadha. I'm based in US, part of GE Digital. I have been with GE for 24 years, and a lot of things you're going to hear about on the affordability side, as well as of a profitability side that Mr. Wong said. I'm going to talk about a little bit of enablement for companies like EVN, PVN, on how you guys can get there. Needless to say, I think Mr. Wong did really, really good job in explaining this trilemma, right? How we make our energy secure. How do we get the electrons reliably to the customers who are requesting these electrons to where? We still have a lot of world that is not very reliable in delivery of electricity or energy. How do we make it more affordable? Again, I'm going to quote Mr. Wong so much because I was so impressed with him that he has set up the stage for me very well. Like, conventional power is not going away. We all know that. How do we get conventional, renewable, all working together in the market space that is seamless to our customers? And definitely sustainability, which is talking about our future generation, making sure we are leaving the planet more greener than what we got when we all got there, is all our goals and duties towards the human being. Just to give a quick view of where we belong, 80%, I think gentleman before me said 73% is from the industries that are listed here. Power generation, grid, aviation, manufacturing. This is the focus for GE Digital. This is the industries we play in, on how we make these industries more sustainable, more greener, while we are transitioning the energy from one type to the other. Here is the footprint. So starting from almost all the left, which is generation of the hydrocarbons to generation of the electricity distribution and the industrial consumers. On the hydrocarbon space, we have 300 plus global customers that are using our software platform just to manage initially more of reliability, availability, but now more sustainability as well. Just to give you an idea, on the generation side, 30% of all power generation in the globe is through GE equipment. We are talking about hydro, renewables, definitely conventionals, as have your word about gas turbine, steam boilers, so on and so forth. Coming in the middle, which is the distribution, 1,000 plus customers globally. They are using our EMS, DMS, ADMS, and several other softwares on how to get electronics reliably to our customers and in a better, more affordable way. 40% of all power distribution across the globe is through GE equipment. And needless to say, manufacturing, this is our core space. how we run our SCADAs, how we run our automations, how we improvise our operating conditions, MES softwares, that is 20,000 plus customers. There's a reason I share this. Not that I'm very good with this, but what I'm saying is we have been in this domain industries and we know our customer pain points. And this is the customer pain points that we wanted to resolve and work with our customers to become it more affordable and sustainable. Now, we are very good at making our own equations. I think we all are, right? So what we did is, before we even started, we said, you know what, let's get a third party to validate our assumptions. Is this really what our customers are looking for, or just we are making our own assumptions? So we went out to the industry, Reuters, and we said, is it possible to deliver energy transition without digital? Very simple question. We sent it to over 100 customers, different portfolios, the portfolios you saw in the previous slide. And resoundingly, the answer was no, which was good. Everyone agrees that you need digital transformation. 60% of those customers responded. There were others who were unsure, and then they were in this bucket where they said, yes, we can do energy transition without software as well, or digital transformation, which is a lesson to learn and understand what their thought process is. And the other very interesting question we asked, now this is where it gets a little bit more desirable, is your organization, do you think is your organization investing enough in digital transformation? The sound answer of 54%, yes, we are doing everything what we were not doing, 50% more than what we were doing a decade ago. And the question a little bit flipped in the next side, do you believe your industry is investing enough, the industry you belong to, in the digital transformation? The answer was 31%. So everyone believes that they're doing the most, but collectively we believe we are still shorter than where we want to be. It's just a survey which gives ideas of how everyone is thinking about. So the questions we wanted to start with was what you are investing in today in order to be getting ready for this energy transition. Where are you making the investments? Here is a list of answers that came back. Predictive analytics. Just to tie the dots back, Mr. Wong, conventional power needs to be more reliable, more available, and more flexible. We know the duck curve. We know when the renewable starts, that energy demand goes down. So our coal turbines, our boilers now are supposed to come down as well when they are generating like 1 gigawatt to 450 megawatt. That flexibility is required. So predictive analytics, mostly for reliability and availability. Remote operations. I think COVID exacerbated this, but we need brain power across the globe in order to make our units, our generation assets, our energy producing assets run more reliably. I'm going to skip few, but there's another one that is very, very interesting, which is carbon prediction and accounting software. So we saw Mr. Semko, Mr. Wong talk about exchange. He also talked about, hey, how are we validating on what we are getting from our customers of carbon footprint improvement is real. So the example he gave was, to me, it was interesting because yes, you can look at the vegetation, you can look at the you may call it solar panels, right, that you have increased and you have set up. But there's another aspect of carbon footprint. Just let me give you an example. How many of you, actually, you know what, you are power generation, so I'm going to stick to that example. So if you're running your unit in base load, your carbon footprint is X ppm, parts per million. So in a gas turbine world, that will come out to be anywhere from 8 to 12 parts per million. If you drop your load by 25%, can anyone guess what that emissions would be for that same unit? Percentage-wise, a wild guess, 10%, 20%, 30% worse? It's 50% worse. The same 12 ppm machine jumps to 20 or 25 parts per million. So how do I do carbon sequestration on a part load operation? How do I auto-tune a gas turbine while it is running at a lower load for better operations, I can get carbon credits for that. Because as we think about our journey in making large investments about renewables and batteries, absolutely we have to think about it. We also have to be considering what can we do more from our machines currently, right? That can help us get ready and maybe make more money from those exchanges that Mr. Wong just talked about, if I can show that I'm reducing my carbon footprint on my existing. Here's a portfolio of the product I represent, or the list of products. The first one, operationalizing the plant, primarily focused on improving of availability, reliability, and now getting into emissions management. And we have a case studies, reference studies, and reference customers who can talk to you and who will talk to you that for a current machine, how you can not only improve the reliability, but also help reduce emissions. Going to the process optimization, I gave an example of a process optimizer, auto-tune. Can I auto-tune my running unit on reducing the emissions? I give you another example for similar fleet. So I know there's a lot of conventional coal power generation. Your boiler runs at a certain efficiency. It can actually burn coal to air ratio at a certain limit. What if we deploy a software that can optimize that? Give you 0.5% efficiency back while actually burning your carbon more. You're not putting anything more. It's just burning your carbon more by changing your air to fuel mix. Humans can do that. A very, very, very good operator can do that. Can I create an AI engine that can help us do that? And answer is yes. This is how the technology is helping in the current form in optimizing the process. But then that's one example. How we can take that to the intelligent plant. Giving an example of an intelligent plant. What does even that means? Like, I work with global customer base. I definitely work with many customers in Asia, but also in Middle East, where gas or fuel is a little bit more cheaper. They can burn fuel like anything that is in their backyard. In fact, it is in their backyard. Yeah? So they don't consider. I had a customer who had 12 blocks of power, 4,000 megawatts, 4 gigawatts plant. Semcorp full footprint was 5.3 megawatt. This is their one site of 4 gigawatt. So they were running the plant in a way where they had 12 block of combined cycle plants. They were running these combined cycle plants at 90% load, so that when the generations goes up or reliability goes down, they can just increase the power on the rest of the fleet. Intelligent plant software went from 12 blocks to 11 blocks, shutting down the last one and only starting when there's a reliability problem. So now what you have done is you have actually saved fuel, improved emissions, make your availability and generation more affordable. And this is all available today. And the carbon capture that comes out of that is something what we are going to be working on. So this is an example where we're going with transforming the enterprise from asset to plant to fleet. What you see in white here is the software products that exist today. What you see in blue is what we are working on. These are not market-ready products, but we have been working on them for quite some time, and we are piloting that in the limited, or what we call limited edition. They are not GA products. Giving you an industry example. I'm pretty sure all of you have seen this, but unplanned outage costs 60% more emissions on the given plant. What is an unplanned outage? An unplanned outage can be, you have a really good coal plant in North Vietnam, and due to grid instability, it is taken out. It cannot run because the grid is not stable. It cannot send the electrons. So the plant will shut down immediately because it cannot run. Happens all the time. I think I see a lot of nods in the room. We all see that on day-to-day basis. Now, how do I make my grid so resilient that I can reduce this unplanned shutdown time that can help not only with my reliability, but also affordability, and then going back to the emissions again. APM is a software that helps you do that. We have over 300 customers running in different setups that are using this software in that capacity. Now, I'm not competing with Mr. Wong again. Sorry, I keep repeating his name because he's the exchange guy. Rightfully so. We want our customers to be exchanging carbon credits. What I want to provide is a platform, a software, a solution that can help you actually create reliable carbon footprint. What G has been working on, again, going back to the domain knowledge, there's a lot of domain that goes into. I just talked about one example of it. One example was your part load emissions to full load emissions are completely different. The way they get reported, your primary emissions or secondary emissions are completely different. So what my colleagues in engineering have done is they have taken all that domain knowledge. They are using the sensors that are available today. If the sensors are not available, they have built in AI models to forecast on a similar machine what would be your carbon footprint. So that's what is available today. Where we want to go tomorrow is to build strategies. What's a strategy? A strategy is, everyone says, yes, I should go invest in solar and renewable. What's my return on investment? Like we talked about PV cars, right? Keep driving your cars. Answer is yes, keep driving your cars, but what is the return on investment? Can I build a strategy to how much money I will invest and when I will get it back? Maybe there are some low-hanging fruits like auto tunes and others that you want to invest first and then go after more costlier investments. And this is the software that helps you or will help you to do that. We're not there in strategy. Our modules are more about capturing actual footprint. Now, bringing it back, this is a topic, I think we are here, we talk about software, we talk about digital transformation, but why cloud? Why do we want to do all this in cloud? Guys, I think the answer was there before, where this space is going to change very rapidly. We release software every month, every quarter, every year. So if you install a point solution at your site, what is going to happen? If you want a new feature, you have to upgrade on site. We have all lived through that in the DCA world, and we know how painful those upgrades can be. DCAs were right because they were running the machine, they were optimizing the machine to run reliable power. But here is an opportunity for us to gain advantage of the industry and go attach ourselves to non-controlling softwares using cloud. Here is a simple view on how that can help. I'm going to start with the lower TCO, lower total cost of ownership. Guys, upgrades, infrastructure, IT team members, our colleagues, that's a cost to us. Why bear that cost when I can make that all that as an OEM problem? Given that my cyber security is there. So cyber is very important. And I think all call providers, including us, they are providing that. Another important one for me as person, reduce carbon footprint. Reduction in carbon footprint. So GE is a big company. I'll just give you a simple story. So GE used to be in the business of data centers. We used to have our own data centers. And I can tell you, they were really good. They used to generate a lot of compute, but we used to spend a lot of energy as well. We used to buy scope 2 energy from outside world to run the center. And as a backup, we actually had a small gas turbine sitting within the center as a backup power, a generator. Now, if I can partner with the right cloud provider, whether it is Amazon, Google, or cloud, I'm already reducing my carbon footprint. In our world, we have actually partnered with AWS. That's who we work with. So all our products are cloud enabled and they are running in AWS. So helping the planet by doing a little bit contribution from our side, but also increasing the accessibility and the quickness to the market for our customers. I'm going to a little bit skip the slide. And Composable software. This is another thing that you are going to hear a lot in the industry. We all have softwares. You all have softwares. You have a software for maintaining your plant, whether it is Maximo, SAP, Oracle. You have IoT systems, you have System One, you have OSI Pi, you have many other systems sitting. And now we're talking cloud. Can this all talk to each other? Because if they don't talk to each other, the value is not there. We're not going to install new information coming into cloud. What we have done, this is where we spent our time, making all the data integrations. And not just data integrations. I want to be very, very careful. I don't do this for consumer market. I do not do this for fintech market. This is only industrial segments that GE plays in. This is where we work with likes of EVN, PVN, a lot of petro companies across the globe, a lot of them in this region as well, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, who are using our software. And the reason they were able to use software fast is because we were able to make these integrations. And the definition of integration, what asset, what sensor, what PNID, how does this all map, and deploying the right analytics on top of that. And that's what the software does in enabling the value for you. So my key takeaways, there is no one killer app. I think we all have heard since morning. There are a lot of solutions out there. So start your journey, don't wait. You're not late, you're not early, but you need to start now. Digital transformation is key, and digital transformation for decarbonization is even more important. Cloud first, this is my recommendation. Call me as an industry expert or just a talker. But if you are making your decisions, think about this, about going to SaaS rather than thinking about point solutions. We all know we like control. We need to know what is my investment, how many licenses I will get, but think more long-term as the technology is going to change in much faster pace. And it's a journey, yeah? You transform yourself with composable enterprise software. With that, I'll leave you with one other collateral. This is the Reuters report that we did the study with all our customers. It is available for you, for your read at your convenience. And thank you very much. And Mary, thank you for the opportunity here.
Thank you, Mr. Rahul Chadha.